up, you guys? Checks Undead. I got back home from the range a little while ago, so I'm going to go ahead and finish my review for the PSA Dagger Micro C-1. Just going to go ahead and show you that it is clear, no magazine in there. So let me go ahead and start talking about what happened before I even took it to the range when I first got the firearm. So I had to send it into PSA for a warranty fix-up, basically. Their customer service is amazing. Let me also state that this is my, 9th firearm from PSA, and this is the first time that I've ever had an issue. It freaked me out. I got a little spooked by it, but their stuff is amazing. I literally, I carry, my daily carry is the PSA Dagger. And I used to carry a Glock 17. So I know I trust the PSA Dagger pretty much just as much as I would trust a Glock. I've heard online from people that the PSA Micro the Dagger Micro has some issues. I did experience some issues myself. Obviously, that's why I had to get it warrantied. I'll go ahead and read this to y'all. Essentially what the issue was, and it states here, ejector can be bent due to seating a magazine too hard. So they had to replace my ejector, replace the striker and trigger assembly. Not 100% sure why they did that. I guess they might have found a problem that I didn't find. So I'm glad that they did that for me. Obviously, no charge. Warranty is free service. PSA has a lifetime warranty on all their products. That's, another thing that speaks volumes for PSA. They'll always take care of their customers. They're amazing. It will also grab the weep hole and create stoppages. The micro needs to be broken in with test fire. Test fire 2 magazines supplied, that I supplied. No malfunctions, cleaned and lubricated. And then they sent it back to me. I took it to the range today. I shot 300 rounds through it. I did have... My cat's playing with a toy. I did have 6 jams or stoppages. 4 of them were double feeds, and 2 of them were light strikes. I think 1 might have been kind of caused by me. The second one definitely was not, though. A lot of people have said that the trigger on this is not very good. I now agree with that. I don't like the trigger on this very much because of that. I also am going to go ahead and replace the striker assembly myself again. Not again, but myself for the second time it's going to be replaced. I'm going to go ahead and put in a Glock stock or OEM, whatever, striker assembly. I'm going to find a good trigger. I'm not sure what trigger that I'm going to replace this with. I've never replaced a Glock trigger before. My Glock 17 still has its stock trigger in there. I don't know if you can see or tell that it is. And then I'm not going to take it out of the holster, but my Dagger also still has its stock trigger. That one's alright. I don't mind that one. But I guess if I'm going to change this one, I might as well go ahead and change the one in my Dagger as well. Accuracy. Oh, so actually, hold on, before I go forward. Talking about the double feeds. So, I'm 99% sure that was all caused by the magazines. The magazine concept is an amazing idea. I'm so sorry, my cat's just playing with his little toy. He really wants to play. I gotta play with him after this video. The concept is amazing. I love the metal magazine idea. I love that they introduced polymer to the front so that way they can use metal mags inside of a Glock without having to change the magazine release button because it's a polymer button. I think that's freaking amazing. I love metal magazines. I don't know why. I just do. It makes the Glock or the Dagger feel a lot better in a way. But yeah, I guess that's a lot just my opinion. I gotta stop saying that. I'm really trying not to say it right now. But yeah, that's my opinion on the mags. I keep forgetting so the point that I was gonna make before I get too sidetracked again. Romeo, can you please give me a minute so I can finish the video? So the point that I was trying to make with these basically is that the spring, when you first get them, is really tight. And that's what really takes some breaking in. I put 300 rounds divided by 4 magazines. And they are a lot better now. But when you first get them, putting in that last 15th round, it feels like you're not supposed to put it in there. That's how tight they are. It's gotten a lot better after breaking it in some and shooting, but it's still pretty rough. It's still a really, really tight fit. I still like them. I'm not saying that I hate them or anything like that. I am confident that with time, with breaking them in more, that it's going to get easier and that these are going to be a lot better. Having such a strong spring also kind of tells me that they're going to be reliable for a long time. Well, maybe not reliable. I'm going to be able to get a lot of use out of these. They're not exactly reliable right now. They're pretty reliable, but not 100% reliable. But I'm confident that in the future, these will be running just like a regular Glock magazine. Talking about accuracy, I already threw away my targets, unfortunately. This is my fourth attempt trying to film this video, unfortunately, because I kept just goofing my words and stuff like that. So I was rusty, but accuracy-wise, it's not that bad. I was able to get pretty good. I was able to keep it on target at 15 yards easily with a micro weapon. These are often known to be a lot harder to shoot, the slimmer guns, just because it doesn't quite fill your hand out. You don't have as much to grip onto. The grip on this though is really good. I used to carry a 365 XL, and that still didn't quite fit my hand as well as this gun does. This gun just fills out my hand a lot better. It gets all the way to the bottom. It really gives me a full grip. It almost feels a little bit longer than the regular dagger, just because with the regular dagger, if you look here, my pinky kind of folds over the bottom there. But then on the micro, it doesn't. You can see the bottom comes out from the bottom of my hand. Now, if I adjust my grip a little bit, it changes, but still, even then, it's right on the money. It still sticks out just a smidgen. So this does have a little bit longer of a grip, I think, but that highly benefits the firearm, and it makes it a lot more shootable. The compensator is, I would say, pretty much everybody else that's saying it, it's mostly aesthetic. It's a little bit more aesthetic than it is function. It does do something. I could tell that it was helping a little bit with the recoil. I could literally, you can see it when you're shooting, that, it does port right out the top. You don't see it with every shot, so I don't know. This is my first compensator as well, on any firearm. But from, my shooting experience, I can tell it wasn't doing, there wasn't, a drastic change. But I can tell that it was doing a little bit of help. The C-1 slides also come with a red dot optic mount that you can already go ahead and replace on there. It does not come with night sights, but it does come with 3-dot sights, which is a lot nicer than the bucket, in my opinion. So that's my opinion on the PSA Dagger Micro. I will actually be carrying this firearm, even though, despite the 6 issues that I had, I know that the majority of them really were related to the magazines, and they really just need to be broken in. I'm going to push this to a 1,000 round review, if I didn't already say that, and I'll update you guys then on any upgrades that I do, as well as how it's doing. Also, this won't be the only thing that I'm carrying. If you think that I'm like crazy for doing that or whatever, I still will be carrying the PSA Dagger along with me, you know, in some form or fashion, whether it just be in my bag, my, you know, car, and like another, you know, whatever. So it's not like this is the only thing that I'm going to have with me. I always carry my bag, and then I also always carry a big knife with me as well. But yeah, I'm confident that once I break this thing in some more, this will be... Oh, piece of... That also speaks for how grippy the grip is. It tore a piece of my frayed jeans off. But anyway, thank you all for watching this video. I really appreciate it if you made it all the way to the end. If you enjoyed this content, go ahead and hit the subscribe and like button for me. It helps me to get out to more people and grow as a new channel. I'm really trying to get to 1,000 views this year, or 1,000 subscribers this year, and I would really appreciate, you know, anybody that supports me, you know, being there for the journey. This is my first, like, firearm review video that I'm going to be posting. I will have more to come. I have some more videos planned, but nothing that I've, like, started filming yet. I think I'm going to be making a video coming up here about my battle belt setup and my advice and tips on setting up a like duty battle belt, whatever you want to call it. After that, I'm just kind of going to go from there. The video game videos, I'm going to try to make some videos either next week or next weekend. Basically, schedule-wise, I've been in between jobs. I got laid off in December. I don't know if I've mentioned that in another video or not. I just lined up another job, though, so my schedule is going to, like, steady out, and I'll actually be able to, like, set a schedule for recording videos and editing, doing all that stuff. So, I know I've said it before, but for the final last time, I'm going to have a consistent video schedule soon. I won't put a date to it, so I don't, like, you know, say something and then it comes out later, because this video is going to end up coming out on Friday instead of Thursday. I was hoping to get it out today, but it's going to end up being tomorrow, just because I've had so much that I've been doing today and, like, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, all that being said, I really appreciate you guys' support. I really appreciate all my subscribers, everybody that's watching my videos. I really appreciate everybody that's been there. Again, please stay tuned for more. Thank you, and have a good night.